We're live. Take you out. It's a great night to be streaming, everybody. Hello and welcome to all who are tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. This is Squatch Squad Live. New background. Bigfoot is here in studio. I am your host. My name is Sandra. If this is your first visit here, we discuss these topics seriously, so please respect that. If you act up or misbehave, you will be booted out of the chat. And speaking of chat, welcome Nightbot. If you are interested in sharing in the fun and keeping the chat informed, check the links in the description of this live stream. The commands are there. The more the chat interacts, the more Nightbot is likely to interact. So chat it up. Chat it up. Shout outs to Rosendo, Jojo, and Ricky. Happy 33rd birthday to my oldest son, Rosendo. Love you. Miss you. Call your mom sometime. Um, I can't read what I wrote. Guitar Hack. Jimmy Bean, Judy Hall, Brett and Bonnie essay. Again, they bring up this graphic. Garden Tractor Days, July 8th through 11th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Portage, Wisconsin. This year they are featuring Sears and Cub Cadet. We will be there all 4 days. There will be no show that Saturday, so keep that in mind. But if you are in the area, please stop by. $5 to get in. All money and proceeds go to the World War II Museum, also ran by Brett and Bonnie Essay. And it's like the first rated uh, destination spot for tourists on I forget the website. It's ranked number 1. So if you're in the area, make sure you visit. He's gonna kill me because I forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of Show Me Your Pick and Halenville Live, and my co-host, Fruitcake Tony.
What's up?
What's up?
Not a lot. How you
Make sure you
doing?
subscribe to the Jimmy Dore Show. I forgot to throw that in there. Nightbot, yeah.
Nightbot
Nightbot.
is doing some work now.
I don't
Nice.
know if he is or not. I haven't been over there. How are you doing? Can
I
you
am
explain to
excellent.
us, for the people that maybe don't know or haven't followed along or just haven't heard, what the hell is going on with the gasoline situation in your part?
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Well, those of you here on the east and the southeast are having a hard time getting gas. It's hit and miss.
It's
Virginia,
like
North
crazy.
Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, North Florida. They hacked, somebody hacked the pipeline and wanted a ransom and stopped the pipeline. But the pipeline earlier in the week restarted, but it created a bunch of panic, like last year's paper towel,
On
toilet paper thing, and everybody is liquidating all gasoline. So businesses are having a hard time o- operating, locating gas. Um, I've been lucky.
Okay, because I was going to ask you next, how's it affected you personally? I know you work for a business, so how about as far as gassing up your fleets? Has it been easy?
It's been hairy. We've all been lucky. We communicate. All the techs have a multi-text going, and we let each other know who has gas at our given companies that we stop at and who doesn't. And so I heard about this last weekend,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, maybe this could happen again because we had a hurricane 4 or 5 years ago, and this happened then. And so I went on and gassed the vehicles here at the house last weekend,
Right.
and
Right.
um, but this week I've just been lucky. I'm hoping we're at the end of all this stuff. I know Charles Green is here on the
Yeah.
East Coast in North Carolina too, and
Also in the chat. Hey, Charles.
yeah, um, I don't know if the rest of you guys live here and are experiencing
Yeah,
all
let us
this,
know in the
but
chat.
yeah, but it's been kind of crazy. I hope it's over now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so keep your fingers crossed. But yeah,
I will. I will.
life goes on. Life goes on. How are you doing?
Um, I'm I'm actually I didn't sleep for shit last night. I slept like a little bit and I woke up and I was up from like 2 to 4 and then I fell asleep sometime after 4. Yeah, it was, I'm tired. Anyway,
I stayed up very
I got a
late.
new I got a new mouse pad though. It is from
Oh,
the Merc store. So
yeah,
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 make sure you go
yeah.
check that out. Check that out, chat. Speaking of chat, who do we have with us?
Charles Green, Blackjack Guitar Nut, Hugh Caldwell from across the pond. Hey, Hugh. Jeff K,
Hey, Jeff.
Mitch Heyman. Hey, Mitch.
Hey,
Lenny
Mitch.
Lou and Mary. Hello, ladies.
Love, mwah. Love you, ladies.
CK, CK in the house. CK will be joining us on Show Me Your Pick and
Tonight,
Halenville tomorrow, too. So,
in a matter
CK,
in a matter of
yes,
minutes.
yep, we all are going to meet CK. Um,
It's
awesome dude.
gonna be good.
Awesome, awesome dude. Absolutely awesome. Let's see. Let
Will
me.
Star, Brian
Will Star.
Spalding.
Hey,
Yep.
Will. How you doing, dude?
Brian just jumped in. Good to see
Hey,
you, Mr.
Brian.
Spalding. Make sure you check out his channel. He's got amazing music there. Hitman.
Aloha in Hawaii. Man,
Nice.
I'm jealous. Goodness. Keith H. Have I said? Sean Beerbrower. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Sean. I'm getting
Still
tomato cages this
scrolling.
weekend, Sean. So probably tomorrow.
James Severin. Sorry. All
Hello,
right, I'm at
James.
the top now. If
Ah,
if you're in the chat, say hello.
if you're in the chat, let me direct your attention to the description of this live stream to where it says Nightbot Commands. If you want to join in the fun, type some of them in there and try it out. I'm about to here in a little bit. He says
Um,
mahalo.
let me, if
Aloha.
I may, let me give a shout out. Um,
Absolutely. The floor
yeah.
is yours.
All right. So the Dreamer's Life in the chat, Will Star. Will does live streaming, and he's got some cool rock bands on his show. I recommend you all go check Will out and his live stream. He's got a great channel, has great bands, does great interviews. Yeah, yeah,
Nightbot's working.
cool. So please, everybody, go check out the
Yes.
Dreamer's life. He's in the chat now.
Hey, Will, great
Yeah.
interview yesterday. That was so much fun. That was a blast. You boys were a blast. Thanks,
Dwight Bailey is in the chat too, who I didn't mention. Hey, Dwight.
Hitman. Lenny Lou says Garage Days is great. Love their Lemmy tribute. Yes. Yep. And Nightbot says, please check the links in the description. Thank you.
Hello, Nightbot.
Yeah. All right. So last week we kind of ran out of time. We only had one video clip to go. I'm going to show that right now. It is the 8 declassified UFO sightings with real footage from Slap Tam. We're going to show that, and then we will get into our Bigfoot clips, and then I have a few paranormal clips. So going to be a busy show. Here we go.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're talking about some creepy UFO encounters. From strange balls of light seen by up to a dozen people right across the coast of Baja, California, to recently declassified government footage that seems to show an alien craft. So join us as we take a look at 8 UFO sightings with real footage. And before we get into it, remember to hit that subscribe button for more creepy content just like this.
This encounter left several US Air Force pilots completely stunned. This video forms part of a top-secret file documented in 2004 that was previously unreleased to the public. Finally, in late 2017, the US Department of Defense Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program released this stunning evidence. The footage shows several US Air Force pilots tracking an unidentified flying object. The visuals were filmed from an FA-18 Super Hornet, which was called in to track a strange object flying through the sky. The pilots chat over radio communication about what they're seeing. One pilot reveals that there's a whole fleet of UFOs detected on radar. The tone of their voice suggests they have no idea what they're looking at, they're simply stunned by the encounter. The New York Times reported in 2012 that the specialized government program designed to identify aerospace threats was shut down. Is it possible that the program was collecting too much evidence to support the existence of extraterrestrials and was stopped prematurely by higher-up officials? Love to hear your opinion in the comments section below. This astonishing footage comes from a newly declassified video that documents the moments US Navy pilots get a lock-on what many are calling an alien spacecraft. The pilots were flying their Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jet along the east coast of the United States when they encountered a UFO. The spherical craft was travelling at great speeds, but one of the pilots managed to lock onto the target. Throughout the video, you can hear the excited chatter among the servicemen.
But it's still...
This is one of 3 declassified videos that feature unidentified aerial phenomena or UAPs captured by the military. They've recently undergone a review process and were approved for public release. Despite scrutiny from several government departments, the footage remains a mystery. No one has been able to definitively explain the craft spotted in this video. This footage was captured on the 12th of April 2018 by a passing tourist in Baja, California. At the start of the clip, you can see 5 mysterious lights sitting in the sky above the ocean. They hover in the same position for around 2 minutes when suddenly more lights appear. One glowing ball of light appears above the line of 5, then another 4 can be spotted. Slowly, the first 5 orbs of light disappear, leaving the others still hovering in the night sky. The eyewitness that filmed the incident estimates that the balls of light were flying 1 to 2 miles off the coast of Baja. The curious thing about this incident is that it was reported by dozens of witnesses all along the coast, from San Diego to Tijuana and Rosarito. Some attempted explanations for the sighting include oil rigs, flares, and military operations. However, no one can confirm with certainty that any of these explain the incident. Firstly, many of the witnesses confirmed that the objects were in the air, which rules out oil rigs. Flares can't hover in formation for that period of time, and the last option, military operations, which is the most plausible, always seems like a convenient response. However, it was confirmed by United States Coast Guard Joel Guzman that the military were conducting an exercise on that date. It's not known what drill they were running or what technology they were testing, but it seems far beyond anything known to the public.
Hello again to Facebook
This
viewers.
stunning piece of footage was taken from the International Space Station live feed on the 14th of April 2018, just 2 days after the spate of sightings across Baja, California. To the left of screen you can see a portion of the ISS as it orbits Earth. During the live broadcast, a mysterious object begins to shimmer in space. The Daily Mail described the object as though a spacecraft was uncloaking, as if the Earth's magnetic field was interfering with the craft's stealth system. As the lights flicker, they do seem to reveal the density of some kind of object. Rounded edges suggest, for the briefest of moments, solid matter. What could this phenomenon be? Experts have weighed in on the encounter, claiming that it's nothing more than lens flare from the camera. Others think that the lights are too inconsistent to be lens flare, offering that perhaps it could be space junk reflecting the rays of the sun. However, core UFO enthusiasts are adamant that this is a glimpse of highly advanced alien technology that is simply beyond human comprehension.
Thanks to all who are tuning in.
This astonishing footage baffled government officials for more than 2 years and was officially released to the public in early 2017. This clip was filmed on November 11, 2014 by a Chilean Navy helicopter pilot. An accompanying technician also witnessed the event and was at the time testing an
I think this might have got us shut down. Maybe I should skip over this one.
infrared camera. In the footage we see a disc. An official investigation launched by the CEFAA, a specialized Chilean government agency which examines UFOs and UAPs. After an exhaustive inquiry, the agency couldn't come up with any definite conclusions. This footage is considered to be some of the most significant UFO footage ever captured. The two highly reliable Navy witnesses, the quality footage filmed on military-grade equipment, the fact that it goes for 9 minutes, all amount operated a sighting of the UFO. Known forms of flying technology. The footage was taken in 2004 and forms part of what is known as the Nimitz incident, a series of reports made by the US Navy claiming they encountered a UFO 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. 6 US Navy pilots corroborated a sighting of the UFO. The first 3 pilots were rerouted from a routine combat exercise to investigate the strange sighting. Upon arrival, nothing particularly unusual was spotted both visually and on radar. That was until they noticed something strange in the water. One pilot described it as a turbulent oval shape surrounded by frothy white foam about the size of a Boeing 737. It looked as though the water was breaking over something sitting just below the surface. Seconds later, the pilot noticed a flying object hovering around 50 feet above the disturbance in the water. 2 of the pilots, Commander David Frevor and Lieutenant Commander Jim Slate, described the object as tic-tac shaped, about 30 to 46 feet in length, with no windows, no wings, and no visible engine or exhaust plumes. The mysterious object proceeded to evade the Super Hornet's attacking formations. According to the pilots, it moved at tremendous speeds, dodging and strafing, flying impossible maneuvers. This declassified video footage substantiates the
movies.
pilot's testimonies. Numerous agencies have studied this footage and have so far offered 3 possible explanations. The first is that it's possible the electro-optical sensors and radar, both on the Super Hornets and the nearby aircraft carrier USS Princeton, could have malfunctioned. The second explanation is that it could have been classified government technology that is simply not known to the rest of the military. The third and most compelling option is that the object was of an extraterrestrial nature, an alien craft built beyond human jurisdiction.
Maybe.
Here's some fascinating UFO footage taken in March 2018.
This one we've
Kerry
also
Farides
showed on
filmed
the
this.
show,
Commentators thought that perhaps it's just another plane taking off.
No.
Get to the #1 spot and take a look at one of the
Here we go.
craziest pieces of UFO footage ever filmed. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on channel notifications.
Yes.
A
go
metallic
subscribe to Slap
dish-shaped
Ham.
object was seen hovering in the night sky over Kumburgaz, Turkey, about 58 kilometers west of Istanbul. Night worker Murat Yelsin Yalman was able to film the object, which he spotted hovering over the ocean. The footage shows a bright, bowl-shaped object sitting in the black of the night sky. The surface of the craft appears to react to the light of the moon, reflecting the light on one side. At one point during the clip, you can almost make out the outline of 2 beings sitting in the craft.
What the fuck? It does look like 2 things sitting there. I don't know, chat. Are we looking at aliens? Are we looking at humans? Tony?
It's tough to say.
It is
I mean, yeah, it looks like I see what you see,
yeah.
what everyone else sees, but you know,
It could be an optical illusion. It could be a trick of camera angle, the light. It could be a lot of different things. But that looks creepy enough to be a couple of aliens sitting in their ship. I don't know. That's pretty.
They look to have round, bulbous heads and large black eyes. This is just one of many pieces of footage that claim to have captured a very similar looking craft flying in the exact same place. From 2007 to 2009, local residents were reporting a strange
cool and
disc-like
it's
object
kinda
floating in
terrifying.
the sky. The sightings were sometimes accompanied by balls of orange and red light. The final piece of 2009 footage was witnessed by up to 9 people, including Roger Lear, a famed podiatric surgeon and ufologist, who had just attended a UFO conference in nearby Istanbul. Lear personally witnessed Yalman take the footage with his camera. He was interviewed numerous times about the incident before his death in 2014.
Well, that's the end of another episode. Thank you so much for
Yeah. Yeah, that last one, when I saw the 2, I was like, holy shit. It's,
I think that we see a lot of UFO stuff
we do.
now. I believe that what happened in Roswell actually happened,
So do I.
where they found wreckage and little bodies, and of course our government is going to cover it up, of course, and then they say it's a weather balloon and all this. Of course that's what's going to happen, but as far as most of this stuff in the sky, even USOs come out of the water. Now, I'm sure that every country on earth has stuff that they invent, aircraft, new technology, aircraft,
It's
and
a hush
stuff
hush top secret. Yeah.
that they don't want me and you to know about,
Right.
or anybody else. especially here in America, especially in this country, you know. So I think a lot of the stuff is military stuff that just looks weird. And sometimes it's quick to say, oh, yeah, they're aliens because we don't know
Right.
what that is. But
We don't. Right.
ultimately,
We
we
don't know any
can't.
different, and we're not told any different.
It
Really.
is a UFO by definition, unidentified
Right.
object,
Right.
that you can't identify.
But
So,
something that is moving in a way that just can't be man-made. Like you said, it was flying at hundreds of miles per hour in a matter
yeah,
of seconds.
right. Now,
Is that some kind of technology that we have here? Because it don't see. I mean, it's just like, it's up and down and back. It was. I don't know.
there are things we can't explain that could probably most likely be otherworldly, you know,
Right.
but
Sean, I also think that some of that technology has been reverse engineered.
right. Um, but it's, I think that in this community, there are a lot of videos and accounts, reports that are not alien. These lights in the sky where you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, and they hover and everybody in town sees it.
Yeah.
It's probably some type of government, and most of the time, if you notice, it's a military base nearby.
Yeah, there is.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's easy to look up in the sky and go,
Oh my God, there's aliens.
right.
Right. It's not. Yeah. It's just. It's UFOs and alien life is kind of the same as the paranormal. Not every creak and squeak you hear is going to be a ghost or paranormal. Not every strange thing you see in the sky is going to be alien, extraterrestrial. It might be misidentified or unidentified as far as we know, but it's not all alien. Some of it, is like you said, some of it, a lot of it probably is military and we're just not told because let the people believe it's aliens. It's better than telling them what it really is. You know what I mean? I get all that. I really do.
What's compelling to me, and we'll get into these topics here on this show, is these people who claim to have been abducted and they have some type of memory of it and some type of scar on their body where they did some sort of experiment on them. And some people say it has happened numerous times in their life, not just once. Um, yeah. So,
Yeah. All right. So that was the clip we didn't get to last week. That might become a segment, a regular kind of segment. All right. Now for the Bigfoot stuff. Here is, this is called, I think I saw a skunk ape. I think he did too. We're going to watch this clip. I'm going to bring Bigfoot Tony break it down for us for a little bit.
Bigfoot Tony in the house.
I wish. If you're watching, hit us up. Dean Lowry, hello. Thanks to all who are tuning in. I'm going to go hit some Nightbot things. But this right here is a great piece of video. Nothing wrong with being scared. don't think Bigfoot has a cell phone. It's probably a pager. Popcorn. Yeah. No kernels. And there's only a little bit left, but it's kind of the same thing. You get the idea. Very interesting. So now, gonna bring in Bigfoot Tony. You had something to say? No?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, these skunk apes.
Hey guys.
I'll
Go ahead.
comment after this. No, that's
No, I
fine.
just brought that up so it's ready. Go ahead. These skunk apes.
These skunk apes, they are basically down in the Everglades.
Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, yeah, down south.
Yeah.
They're called skunk apes. Just
But-
like the Ohio grassman. Yeah,
Right.
They're all Bigfoots, but every region has their own name for them.
But something tells me though that these skunk apes, all these skunk apes are actually the size of apes. It's not the 8-9 foot tall, 800-pound monsters. These skunk apes are all the size of apes.
Joy Bailey, have you ever seen one? And if you did, if you have, or if you've heard of people or know people, how big did they say it was if they seen one? Because you're right down there.
I just think, and I had heard
I don't
a
know. I've
while
never even thought of that.
that these skunk apes, that an ape had gotten out at one point. I don't know how many, but I mean the habitat's there. You know, you can't exactly go look each inch up in the Everglades. So, I don't know. The skunk ape might actually be an ape.
You might be right.
Who had gotten out and is forced to rehabitat. Because these skunk ape reports, these animals aren't massive.
So you think there's somebody's exotic pet that they just got too big, couldn't take care of it, so they just let it go out?
I don't know. Maybe, but these skunk apes have long hair too, like almost like a orangutan. So it leads me to believe that it's an animal like that versus the caveman looking 8 foot tall.
Right. 1,000-pound.
Right.
Gigantic, massive dude like behind me here. Yeah. I don't know. Brian Spalding brings up a good point too. He says he wonders how aliens deal with the paranormal activity. If is that beyond aliens' comprehension, or do they know of the paranormal? It's
interesting.
A great question. Very interesting. I don't even know how to answer that. I would think if they, I'm sure all alien life, you think it would end just like human life at some point. You're not going to be here anymore. Yeah, I don't know how they would deal with that. Certainly, they must have a way. Alien ghosts. I don't know. That's a whole new. Wow. I thought I was high as fuck. I'm kidding, Brian.
Robot Master Switch. Hey, dude.
Teach him if you got him. Here we go.
So finally, we've come to this point. One of the best pieces of footage, Bigfoot footage, Sasquatch, skunk ape, etc., that I have ever seen.
I would think so, Lenny. I don't know.
I think I saw a skunk ape. Please help. So this is the description on the original video. I'll just let you read that for yourself. Okay.
Skip over here.
Possibly see. So I mean. One more time. Okay, good. The pickup. So these are the things. So I go along here, and these are like notes I leave myself so I don't forget anything, and kind of like chapters in this sort of a story as I go along. So these are all also in order, by the way, of the video itself. So this one is what I believe to be the adult picking up something, probably a young one, baby or infant sort of age. The adult is here behind this tree. This is the tree in question where I believe it's a female, that she is breaking open the hole to get something inside, possibly honey or something like that from the honeycomb. As we know, during the video you'll hear, maybe not this one, because like I say, I've only taken sections. You'll hear buzzing, like bees buzzing in the background, that kind of thing. So here, she's picking up something, as you can see, clearly something. So next is the tool. I'll just play this small section. Okay, now we'll take a closer look. So as you can see, she is using a tool, probably a stick or something, a branch. So I'm
I paused it in the wrong spot.
scrolling back and forth now. That could possibly
Right there,
be her left hand
that's
on the end of that stick. Just there.
well, right when her hand comes up, or his hand comes up, it
So
almost
prizing
looks
open
like
the
a
wood,
flat
the
bar.
hole to make it larger.
Seriously, how did
inside.
Bigfoot get hold of a flat bar and actually know what it was for? But
Good.
it looks
Little foot.
It looks like a
So here,
Hi, Janice.
on the back of the adult, I noticed a foot. Just here. Which seems to be moving in time with the adult as she kind of shifts and moves slightly side to side. So I'm scrolling back and forth now. As you can see, it's very blurry and fuzzy. Let's take a closer look.
It's crazy.
Just here. And I believe this is the backside of the juvenile, a young one, infant on the back, right arm,
No,
sort of holding
however,
on, maybe here.
I do know
Maybe yeah, it kind of
bears
looks like
kind of do the same thing.
So wrapping around there.
Hey, Janice.
I believe they strip
Head
bark
is
from
here.
trees to get grubs and ants and
And here's a
stuff
still,
underneath, right?
done.
If I'm wrong, please let me know. But I think bears.
Some stills, enhancements.
I don't think this is a bear.
There we go. You can kind of see the ball of the foot, and then the shape, the arch there. Yeah.
And Blackjack's right. It is really.
A big break. So in between the break of the
And I
wood,
mean, you know,
and
kudos
fall
to
of the
Bigfoot Tony
broken
because he does a
part of the
great job
tree.
with what he does have to work with.
So there's one part where she lets go of the wood, which we'll see. So he accidentally presses the button to stop filming due to fear. Note the immense power of the brake and seemingly effortless body movement. Try without the volume down a little first. So now I've cut out the part where he explains why, the reason why
Right on.
it cut off. So this is the cut, the edit here. the cutting
Okay,
point
Janice.
in the
We'll
middle
see in a bit.
between these two sections. The first one is where she breaks the wood off the tree, which you've already seen, and the second part of this particular stage is where she drops the wood into the water. So it will continue. I'll play that.
It is loud. And it seems not to be bothered, you know, by this person at all, you know, standing not that far from him filming. And I give a lot of credit to both of them, the human and the creature.
Okay. Moving on, we've got a lot to cover here.
No, we don't. We get the idea, don't we? We have other clips to get to, but yeah, it's just an interesting piece of footage. I think could be a Bigfoot.
Infant reacts.
I don't know. It could be just like Tony said. You know, like you said, it could be either an escaped zoo animal or an exotic pet that somebody, it just got too much of a burden for them to take care of and they let it go, because that happens too much in this country. They just had a tiger in Texas or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oops, that's the wrong one. Our next piece of footage is titled "The Most Disturbing Image of Bigfoot Ever." Tony saw it earlier, and I gotta say, it's
Kind of crazy.
yeah, we'll take a look. Oops, come on. This is from Mountain Beast Mysteries. Again, a great channel if you're into the Bigfoot kind
Hey
of thing.
everyone, welcome to Mountain
Go
Beast
subscribe.
Mysteries. In today's video, I wanted to talk about one of the creepiest and what I think is
I'm
one
gonna
of the
skip
most
ahead here
disturbing.
again.
And
Here we go.
you know, it wasn't until later on, after the image was processed, that he discovered there was something standing there, facing him. Now, if you look at the
Robot,
the
actually,
image,
we do.
it is
and
kind of hard to
I
make
think
out
I've
at
even
first,
showed that clip on the show.
until you look in the bottom right.
But I will look
And if
for it.
you look
Probably
closely,
not tonight, but we can
You
show
can
that
see that
again.
there does appear to be something very bizarre in the image. Something
It's illegal.
standing upright. It looks like whatever it is has a head. It looks like it has a
Most states,
really
it's
prominent
illegal,
brow
but,
ridge. And probably the strangest feature is what looks to be a snout of some kind.
However, that
And
don't stop
also,
people. Gun
another
laws
very
don't
weird
stop
detail
criminals
is that it
from
appears
guns.
that whatever this thing is holding something
Wasn't gonna
in its
stop.
left arm. You can see it's kind of like
It's
a
holding a
brighter
white
color,
dog.
like almost white.
To me,
Now,
it
what
looks
people
like a pig.
speculate
It looks
is
like
that
a
this
young
thing in the
pig.
creature's arm
I
is
think that's
actually a
Bigfoot
dog
with some
or
bacon.
some sort of small four-legged animal that
Could be
this
wrong, but
Sasquatch
yeah, it
creature
could be a
has
dog,
captured,
small dog, or
and who knows what he
I
planned on
think
doing with it. I did hear some people saying that apparently the day before or earlier that day, somebody had actually apparently lost their dog, which was a little white dog.
that could be it.
And so they're speculating that this is that dog, but that element of the story could have just been added in afterwards to make it, I guess, creepier, or to make it seem like the
But
creature is
this
actually holding
thing,
someone's dog.
If this was in HD,
Now,
it would be
there's
even
obviously
more
no way of
terrifying,
verifying
I
that.
think.
This happened a long time ago.
I mean, this
And
this
we'll
one
never
is
really know
scary
for
as
sure
hell.
if this is indeed a dog. It could be some other sort of animal. It
It's
could
a
be
spiral
nothing.
ham, absolutely.
Of course, the creature in this photo could, in fact, not be a creature. Could just be pareidolia. That's always possible. However, it is interesting because,
be.
after this photo was
But that's
released,
it. That is most disturbing image. The next clip I have is also from Mountain Beast Mysteries. I keep hitting the wrong thing. I need an assistant. Okay, here we go. I don't think it's an ape suit.
Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. In today's video, I wanted to talk about what I think is the best piece of Bigfoot footage
And
to
I
ever
believe
come
we
out of
showed
Canada.
this clip on the
Now this
show
video's
before,
been
too.
around for quite a while, And I talked about it a while
It's
ago,
looking
probably
across
a couple
the
of years
river
ago.
on the opposite
And
bank.
back then,
This family
I
filmed
thought
this.
it was quite convincing, and to this day, I still believe it is one of the best pieces of Bigfoot footage,
It is.
in my area where I'm from. What we see in the video is a family out on the banks of a river just west of Calgary. And Calgary, Alberta is already pretty close to the mountains. It's not a very long drive to get to Canmore, and beyond Canmore, if you head further west, you get to Banff National Park. And we have lots of Bigfoot activity and Bigfoot reports in those areas, especially in the foothills before you actually get into the mountains. We get a lot of reports of Bigfoot activity and Bigfoot sightings. So it's not at all weird that this footage was shot in that area. It actually, I think, adds to the authenticity a little bit. But west of Calgary, you have the tales of the Lake Minnewanka wild man that go back to like the late 1800s, and throughout the decades after that. So you got a lot of reports, and it's just not an uncommon thing to hear about Sasquatch, where this footage was taken. So it's very interesting. And also, like, this is
Waterways,
at a creek or a
train
river,
tracks,
and a lot of people speculate that Sasquatch use creeks and rivers to move. Ken Walker, the taxidermist, he believes that Sasquatch use waterways to get around. I think it's because the running water covers up the sound of them moving, and also there's usually a lot of vegetation and trees and more concealment along a waterway. So it makes sense that they would use waterways to get around. Plus, it's a water source. It's a source for drinking water. But we have a family out at this river, and they're probably just out for the day, hanging out. And there's some kids, and you can hear the father. And they're all aware of what is in the trees there. There's something there.
Yeah. So that's pretty much that clip. And like I said, I think we've showed it before, but it's a great clip. And he finally talked about it, so I think it's kind of cool. It's not a guy in a suit. It's not a moose. It's not a bear. It's not a deer. Robot says if that's an ape suit. It's a pretty good one. Yeah. I know a girl in Minnesota has pet owls, but she had to work with them for years before she got a permit. Snakes and spiders and others like them are better. Holy shit. Yes. Yes, Liddy. Some clips we will probably show more than once. So that concludes Bigfoot. I'm going to move on to some paranormal stuff here that it is going to freak you the fuck out. So, are you scared of the dark? Are you scared of the dark, Tony?
Not the dark.
Were you as a kid?
No.
Not me either.
Well, I take that back. I became scared of the dark after I saw Jaws at the movies. Yeah.
What about we talk about all things strange and unusual? Somebody hasn't been following along. Come on, robot, you know this. All right. Up here we got 5 rare ghost videos that you've never seen. This is Sir Spooks, one of my favorite channels. Make sure you go check him out. Subscribe.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 old ghost videos you've most likely never seen. I tried to find even more rare ghost videos that I hadn't featured on my channel yet. That might sound impossible, but apparently there's still plenty of unknown material to be found out there. With that said, let's begin. This video appears to be an interview of sorts. A man is asking another man questions about the time he was attacked by something at night. The dialogue is a bit hard to hear, but the important part of the video is the alleged ghost that supposedly rushes by a doorway.
All right, now tell me about what happened. Well, no, I know, and I know it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, right now. Wait till a little bit. I'll come over and I'll tell you about it.
Well, but tell me about what happened to you with the physical thing, when you got what I would think attacked in bed.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Well, what happened?
No, I was just like laying in bed, you know what I'm saying? And I dozed off, and when I dozed off, something like got a hold of my neck right here. And it was like sinking me into my pillow like that. But at the same time that it was doing that, I felt my other half of my body, this half, was going up in the air like that, and I was like falling out of my bed. I couldn't wake up. Finally got up out of it, and I woke up and I was like, what's wrong?
Now let's take another closer look at the footage.
You're welcome, robot. See it? Just behind his head. Right there.
Was this a camera glitch, a flash of light reflecting from the other doorway,
Could be.
a hoax, a person, or a ghost? All these theories flourish in the comment section, but it's hard to say which opinion is the right one.
What do you think it is, chat? I think it's a little kid.
I think if there's one video that you've possibly seen from this list, it has to be this one, as
This
it
is
was featured in a very old and famous compilation of ghost sightings. But there's also a chance you've forgotten about it. It is largely known under the title Large Apparition in the Woods, and features just that, a strange, human-shaped spirit walking through a forest. Apparently it's a surveillance video taken by amateur ghost hunters, and
This
was
is
taped on
weird.
November 14th, 2005. Take a look.
But I have a theory, maybe, about this thing. So, here it comes now.
Some believe the figure is about 6 feet tall, because the tree
Thank
on the
you,
right is
Cartoon
about
Fox.
20 feet tall.
Right back at ya.
But whether any of that is true
Thank you
is
so much.
unknown. The figure itself seems to be transparent, and I suppose it could be faked. The quality of the footage makes the pixels move around slightly, which would make it harder to fake. I'll do an enhancement so we can get a better look.
Hey, Dave Ennis. How are you, man? Good to see you in the chat, dude. Isn't that odd? It doesn't look like it's walking. It kind of looks like it just... almost like a conveyor-like kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's some Halloween decoration that rotates on some... I don't know. If it's paranormal, that thing is huge. And I don't think I'd want to be around there. I don't know. It's interesting.
So if you've seen this video before, then I apologize. I do try my best to find the best unknown videos for you guys. But obviously I know many of you watch ghost videos frequently. I still think it's fun looking back at the oldest known ghost
It does,
videos
Lenny.
uploaded
It
to
looks-
YouTube and other parts of the internet.
It looks translucent. Parts of it look solid.
This video has convinced many people that ghosts might just exist. It appears to show a swing starting to swing faster and faster by itself, while the two swings beside it barely move at all. This should rule out the wind being the cause of this, and judging by the amazed bystanders, there might be some truth to this alleged ghost sighting. The last minute of the clip shows the swing going much quicker than the beginning,
Yeah, it's
which would
crazy.
be a very impressive thing to fake.
The show loves you. Maybe the wind was just weird that day. I don't know.
Many people say it was just the wind, but that doesn't explain why the other swings barely move. Some say the swing would have widened out if someone sat on it, which it doesn't. It's a puzzling clip to say the least. Two security guards were walking around Corvin Castle taking security videos. They came into a room where there were two young girls inside, and through their mobile phone, they caught a strange entity. They even point out it looks like a shadow at first, since the video is shot in negative. But then they notice that the shadow walks a lot quicker than the girls.
It is a little bit scary, and see what you think. You can see what you're looking for is two girls. You're going to pan back and then watch for a white shadow. I've seen that footage. I think it's extraordinary. At first you think it could be a shadow from the girls, but then if you look at it again, you actually notice that the shadow walks a lot quicker and seems to come up from the ground, doesn't it? It really is amazing. Kieran, you know, come on in. What do you make of this footage?
Do you guys think this is just a shadow or some sort of paranormal entity? One commenter pointed out that it could be a possession, but let me know what you guys think about this one.
It's creepy.
A couple of guys enter a warehouse and talk about something from their past, when suddenly the camera starts glitching and a ghost pops up out of nowhere, after which they get the hell out of there. Take a look.
I rolled doll. Rolled? Oh man. Well, it was like what, the BFG or yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, that sucked. 3rd grade. Where did you say that thing was? Remember that? Oh, that shovel. Yeah. It was like it was over there. Whoa. Hand. What? What was that? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the? Run!
I'll try and enhance the footage and you tell me what you see. Were these guys acting, or did they legitimately capture a ghost on camera?
Wow.
It's obviously hard to tell what's going on in the video.
It's human shaped. Whatever it is. Could that be edited in? Sure, really easy. Was it? I don't know. But it's still creepy.
Due to the poor camera quality, but that's often the case with old ghost videos. If you guys want to see more rare ghost videos, I'd love to make more videos like this one. I promise you there are many great videos out there that barely anyone knows about, and I'd love to feature and analyze them in the future.
Make sure you go check out Sir Spooks. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. And that's going to do it for us this week. I had another paranormal clip, but we're not going to have time for that. So that'll be first up in the queue for next week. Tony, we got big show coming up.
Yeah.
In about an hour's time. Do you want to mention that quickly?
Yep. Show me your pick. At 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, Motorhead. And we have CK that's going to be on the panel with us. And special guest Neanderthal on the show tonight. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's going to be cool.
We're going to talk Lemmy and Motorhead, and
we
might even have a drink tonight, too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Make sure you are in the live chat to win some cool shit.
Yep. you are going to have a shot at winning a very cool Lemmy 2005 guitar pick.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah.
I'm going to do this. Thanks to our executive producer, Ricky Stars. Any last words, Tony?
We appreciate you showing up here today. Thanks for being here. If you have a story that you want to share with us, don't be afraid. You can remain anonymous if you want. But if anything weird or questionable or otherworldly, other weirdly has happened to you, we want to hear your story.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Sure do. All right. If your child comes to you at night and says there's something scary in his room, it's your job as a parent to go take care of it because they're not lying to you.